Check it. Hey yo, what up? You are back for another video with DataZero. And this video we'll be looking at AMC, GME, and SPY, but we also do a quick update on Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. These coins are making moves, and I do think cryptocurrency is going into a bull run. We're going to be looking at the meme stocks and the overall market in this video. I do a little bit more deep dive into each one of these assets, especially SPY, AMC, and GME. So this video is cram-packed of information that you need to know as a trader on the short term and as an investor on the long term. Let's go ahead and waste no more of your time and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. We're also going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Of course, this video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. You must do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. I just want to point out real quick just two moves that we could potentially see on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want to point out two critical support and resistance lines that we are looking for at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Ethereum is $3,000 even. Bitcoin is $52,000, $500. So $52,500. If these levels are broken, so if Bitcoin breaks above 52,500 and uses that level as support, you're going to see a decent pop to the upside for BTC. So you want to see price move above that level, use it as support, and then you will see a decent move to the upside for Bitcoin. So that's the level that we are looking for at Bitcoin and a technical setup and breakout that we're looking at for Bitcoin. Ethereum, same thing. We have a major level at $3,000 even. If Ethereum can break above this level and use this as support, you're going to see a decent move to the break to the upside for Ethereum. So we are looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin possibly making these moves here in the very, very near future. They are looking bullish in my personal opinion. It looks like they are setting up to make this move. Ethereum breaking above $3,000 using that as support, which we'll see a pop to the upside, and Bitcoin breaking above $52,500, which will see a pop to the upside. So I just want to point that out. Crypto market is absolutely thriving. If you go ahead and look at some of the crypto coins, you guys can see that crypto is absolutely taking off, and the bull run that I said is coming is looking a lot more evident. You guys can see some of these coins having massive gains over the week, day, and hourly time frame. A little bit of pullback since Bitcoin and Ethereum have started to pull back here in the hourly, but over the last week and the day, you guys can see we have a huge amount of gains on some of these altcoins and on the daily time frame as well. 20%, 18%, 15%, absolutely nothing. And I do believe we will see a lot more movement like this once Bitcoin starts to pick up steam. Probably breaking above like 60,000 is going to get people really, really excited again. And especially then once it retests all-time highs and break all-time highs, I believe Bitcoin is going to go to about $80,000 per coin. Ethereum, I think about 5,000 or 6,000, possibly much higher in my personal opinion, but those are pretty safe price targets. Now, let's go ahead and go into SPY and show you guys what's going on for SPY and give you guys the technicals, levels, and setups that we do have available for SPY. As traders and investors, we will take advantage of this. Now, as you guys can see, as a trader, we're looking for possibly more upside, okay? We're looking for upside in the short term. In the long term, we're looking for a correction as investors. So, as you guys can see, we did have a breakdown out of the rising wedge. So, we did have a breakdown in the rising wedge. Possibly going to retest this tomorrow, so I kind of want to extend this out over into the next day because we could see a pop to the upside to about 510 before seeing that pullback because it would be retesting the wedge. This could happen here in after hours, coming up to the upside to about 509 and then getting a rejection back to the downside. We have a gap fill that was made here during pre-market today, so we do have this gap fill here, which is showing up on the other time frames. So this is a significant size gap and will have to get filled. Now, I do think, again, SPY could come up to about 510 before moving back to the downside. We want to see how it reacts off of this rising wedge. SPY is seeing a push to the upside because of stocks like NVIDIA, Microsoft, things of that nature. If you look at a market heat map, you guys will see that a lot of the tech stocks, semiconductors, things like that were up massively. Nvidia had very good earnings and pumped to the upside, and then the rest of the market kind of just got a rising tide with it, and then it kind of rised everything else up, especially in the tech sector, AI sector, where we're seeing most of these gains occur. In my personal opinion, I do believe it's looking like a bubble at this point. A lot of stocks like Nvidia are overvalued. They literally did tell us that Nvidia was going to go to an $800 price target. Goldman Sachs and other people were giving out price targets for this. I talked about this during stream today. Literally, like predictive programming, whatever you want to call it. Some people think that's kind of like a conspiracy thing, but they literally told us Nvidia was going to $800 and then SPY was going to $500. They told us this while the market was pulling back off of the last local highs that we had. So we had those highs back in like 2022, and then they started telling us as we were pulling back, hey, Nvidia is probably going to hit 500. They were saying price targets like that, and SPY is going to hit or Nvidia is going to hit 800, and SPY is going to hit 500. Goldman Sachs and other analysts were giving price targets like that. So literally telling us where things were going to be headed. And then after that, again, this is just digging into a little bit of conspiracy side of things, right? But I do believe these things line up and have merit to them. After that, a video of Ken Griffin himself, yes, the big bad enemy, Ken Griffin himself, came out of him basically saying how they drive valuations to the price that they believe that they should be. Literally saying that they drive prices to where they want them to be, okay? And then we have these analysts coming out with price targets of SPY hitting $500, and of course Nvidia hitting $800, which we can see Nvidia is very close to that, and then SPY is obviously above $500. So this is just what we're looking at for SPY. I don't think this is sustainable in any mean, in my personal opinion. This looks like a huge, if I'm to be frank, this looks like a huge liquidity pump to get everybody to reel in before pulling the rug, giving these bigger investors the liquidity they need to get out. Again, looking at the bigger side of things, if you look at the market fear and greed, right now, market is in extreme greed, So this is normally when people, smart money, aka smart money, is looking to do the opposite of the herd. While everybody's buying, they're normally selling to the people that are buying. And then while everybody's selling, they're normally buying from those people that are selling. That's how smart money moves. That's how whales move. And that's how you want to move to be a successful investor when it comes to the long-term side of things. So again, long-term, we are looking for an overall correction. We have gap fills all the way down to about 400. So that is what we are looking for. But in the short term, we will see more upside as they are pumping this thing to the moon. And I do believe this is a bubble, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are bullish, thinking a new bull run is coming, but I just can't see that with RSI sitting at these insane valuations right now. RSI literally sitting at 76 here on the weekly time frame. RSI on the monthly time frame starting to get overbought. So we're just seeing no room to run here on SPY as far as the bigger time frames are concerned. Now let's go ahead and move into AMC and GME. Again, just pointing out for SPY, we do have this rising wedge, about 510, 509 before seeing pullback down possibly to fill this gap, and then maybe a continuation to the upside. I'll let you guys know as we get more technicals. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, I'm expecting a pop to the upside. So I'll show you guys basically here on a price path, popping to the upside and then probably coming back down in the later half of the day, something like this. So this is what we're looking at for SPY. Let's go ahead and move into the meme stocks, AMC and GME. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I'm thinking for AMC right here. I do think AMC is going to be rather flat, going to come up here in after hours. They're going to try to make us retest, but I believe we'll be able to hold right there. And that's what the beginning half of the day will look like for AMC. GME is getting a little bit of a breakout out of this possible descending triangle that we have, which could lead into an overall uptrend for GME, which could see bullishness for the meme stocks here on Friday. Again, we did look at a little bit more of a bearish week on this weekly update and prediction, bearishness in the first half of the week, and it does look like we did see bearishness throughout the week. AMC overall, when in doubt, zoom out. If you look what we're looking at here, we are possibly making a higher low once we find this bottom. AMC is in a overall bull flag, okay? This is an overall bull flag. We have two sloping channels of resistance and support right here. So you can see here's our second one, and this is an overall bull flag for AMC stock. And I do think once we break above this sloping resistance here, it's at about $4.50, we could see a significant pop to the upside. Max pain for AMC is $4.50, and I do believe they're going to want to drive it to that price target tomorrow. So expect it to try to close around $4.50. If AMC can maintain $4.50, there's a decent amount of calls there, not as much gamma as we had last week. So that's why we're not seeing those crazy explosions at these price levels. And even at $5, there wasn't that much gamma there for this week. I think people are a little bit shooken up over earnings, but I think earnings are going to be good. Supposedly the Taylor Swift and Beyonce numbers are going to be on this earnings, and if so, they're going to be an absolute blowout. The short thesis is literally dead, because if you look at AMC's earnings have been absolutely immaculate. It's been beating quarter over quarter over quarter over quarter. So AMC is doing very, very well in its earnings. If you look at the last couple of earnings, the last 4 earnings, they've all been beats. If we do this again and smack it out of the park, there is no reason to believe why AMC couldn't see a move back to the upside. It's literally showing that the short thesis is dead. Now, we do have enemies on our team like Adam Aaron, literally coming out and comparing our numbers to 2019 and not comparing the fact that we are beating earnings quarter over quarter over quarter, which is literally doing better since 2022 all the way to 2023 into 2024. Like, we need to point these things out and destroy the short thesis. That's what Adam Aaron should be doing. But you guys can say how you guys feel in the comments down below about Adam Aaron. I'm not going to continue to go into that. Now, AMC's for overall technicals, I do think we could see a pop to the upside again if we break that sloping resistance above $4.50. Tomorrow, most likely, we're going to close around $4.50 at the end of the week, okay? I think we're going to get a little bit pushed to the upside here pre-market and then have to come back down here. I think this is a very accurate prediction of what we could possibly see for AMC stock here during the morning. So this is what we're going to be looking at for AMC. $4.50 is what we want to break above. We do want to try to make a higher low. So of course we don't want to make a lower low than probably about $4. We don't want to go much lower than that. We do have this bull flag right here after this breakout of the falling wedge. Push to the upside, bull flag can lead into another bullish continuation to the upside. As far as the bigger picture is concerned, you guys can see daily MACD green. It is starting to fade. And then we do have weekly MACD green as well. It does look like AMC is in the bottoming process, which will lead it into a disbelief rally where it starts to move up in a uptrend where people can't believe it's moving up in an uptrend, and that's how price slowly starts to creep up. Same thing with Bitcoin, how Bitcoin slowly started to creep up and people didn't believe Bitcoin could make moves, but then all of a sudden it starts moving up, and the next thing you know, price is at a much higher level and it's too late to buy. That's how the market likes to move with disbelief rallies. What happens is they put you in an overall downtrend and the overall bearish cycle of things. That's why the MACD is red on the bigger time frames, getting in the overall bearish cycle. That's why MACD is curling up on the monthly time frames, because we're about to leave that bearish cycle and move into a bullish cycle. This was just the natural bearish cycle for AMC after a massive euphoria style rally. We went to our complacency stage. We're going to be dropping down into our depression stage, and that's what's going to lead into our depression or our disbelief rally. Again, it's because we are in an overall downtrend. People get used to that downtrend and then it starts to creep up. That's how it's able to happen. People don't believe that price can go back up, but it's naturally time because the time is changing and the macro cycles are changing. So that's what we're looking at for AMC stock. Here's what we're looking at for GameStop. I'm just going to quickly go over it and then wrap up the video for GME. If you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. And as always, guys, let's go ahead and hop in for GME and then wrap up this video. So GME is in this overall descending triangle, maybe a little bit of pennant because this is like a higher low. It's kind of flat, but it is a higher low. It's not a lower low. It's a higher low than that low there. Basically flat with it if you look. So as you guys can see, we are in this possible pop to the upside where we could see a break to the upside for GME stock, which would help see bullishness on AMC stock if we could see a push to the upside. I just want to point out that AMC did the exact opposite of SPY today. You guys can see that AMC rallied, or SPY rallied and then started to pull back in the later half of the day. AMC dumped and then started to pump in the later half of the day. SPY does not help AMC, and NASDAQ does definitely not help AMC. So don't listen to people who are trying to sell you lie that just because SPY rallies, you'll see AMC rally with it. SPY does not correlate with AMC like that. You can see that SPY has had massive pumps, and AMC has not had those massive straight up movements like SPY has had. And you guys can see, even for example today, doing the exact opposite of SPY. SPY moving to the upside and then pulling back. AMC moving to the downside and then pumping back to the upside. So SPY does not help AMC. Again, we're still consolidating in this massive bull flag, which could take a couple more weeks and move us down towards $4.15. But then I think we'll see a bottom around that $4.15 range if we play out this bull flag and cannot break above the sloping resistance. Tomorrow, it looks like a long stretch to do it, but we could probably see a pop to the upside on next week, and we'll talk about that on the weekly update prediction. GameStop, again, has a sloping resistance as well. I think we could see a move to the upside if we break above the sloping resistance. That's what we're going to need to do. That's what we're going to try to do. Overall, I don't have too many touch points on the bottom to try to give us a overall bottom support. We do have support at like $13.25, which is a major level of support. $13.25. We don't really want to go much lower than that, but there's a possibility that GameStop might need to retest like $13.15 again. Tomorrow, I'm expecting us to try to move back to the upside, back towards like $13.50 in that range for GME stock. GME is basically just setting up for its move that we needed to make, making that higher low to break into its disbelief rally. So right here's your first low, right here's your V-shaped recovery. Then you get your first low, then you're going to get a higher low. And what am I talking about when I do say that? It's these charts right here. You have your V-shaped recovery, which goes into a higher low, which then breaks into a disbelief rally. And GME has been following this for much longer than that time frame. If I go ahead and show you guys this, you have your double bottom for anger right here. Then you drop down into that V-shaped recovery, so you guys can see GME has been following this for quite some time. Double bottom anger, then you drop down into the V-shaped recovery and then make a higher low. So this is following the macro cycles as well. And of course, when in doubt, zoom out. These everyday movements are meant to confuse you and trick you. Again, this has been tracking for so long, guys. I've been tracking this, and this is how I've been successful as an investor over the long term, because you don't have to worry about everyday movement. That's used to make money on the daily as a trader. As an investor, all you have to do is focus on what is happening on the long term. And as you guys can see on the long term, we're in an overall falling wedge. MACD starting to curl up, show signs of bullishness on the long term. We're breaking out of that falling wedge. We're trying to break that downtrend. We're in the first steps of it, the same way Bitcoin broke out of its falling wedge and then slowly started to move up. We are breaking out of this falling wedge. We'll slowly start to move up and slowly start to break that downtrend. The first step of breaking that downtrend is making a higher low than $11.83. So as long as GameStop makes a higher low than $11.83, it's breaking the downtrend, and that could show us a big pump to the upside. And again, when in doubt, zoom out. You can already see the MACD is starting to curl up greatly. Within the next couple of months, we could definitely see green MACD on both AMC and GME stock, showing that the bottom is coming in. You also see massive volume spikes on the bottom. Look at these volume spikes on AMC. You guys can see massive volume spikes down here on AMC, showing that people are stepping in or volume is occurring. And that's when you normally see a bottom and a top. You see this massive amount of volume spike here. That's a top. There's a top. You see this massive amount of volume spike here, possibly the bottom starting to form, which I do believe the bottom is forming on both AMC and GME. I want that to be very clear on this channel. But guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you for today. I will be live streaming tomorrow, 9:30, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. So tune into the channel to get live technical updates and predictions as they do occur. I appreciate each and every one of you that managed to watch this video to the end, because your knowledge and your thirst for knowledge is real, and you will be successful. People that can't handle or just maintain or focus long enough to get enough information, those people are going to be lagging behind. So if you manage to see this, you are one of the few that will be successful. And as always, y'all, I appreciate you. Stay safe, make money. Peace out.
All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. Discord is a private community. Right now, the price is $50 for a lifetime invite. So you want to get in because I am changing the pricing structure and it is going to go up in a significant way. I post exclusive trades, exclusive technical analysis, exclusive news, and of course, it is exclusive community as well. If you want to be a part of this, hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter, which is linked down below. I prefer email. Say, hey, I want to join the Discord, and I'll send you a packet of information giving you information about the Discord and how to pay. Payment is made by a PayPal or Cash App. Once you send me payment, I will send you the link, and it's as easy as that. I do have customer service as well, so if you have any questions or concerns, you can hit me up on my email or just customer service inside the Discord. As always, I appreciate you guys that watched the end of this video. Stay safe, make money. Peace out.